This is the storm 2013. We heard about it before, but there have been a few storms like this, and this is the north part of Helsingborg, where we don't have the harbor, so the waves coming in and give this flooding situation along the streets.
Yeah. And as you know, we are not asset owners quite yet. We're like in the beginning of something. We haven't got any flood protection structures quite yet. So, but what we did 2 years ago was a consultancy study that pointed out on climate change adaptation for the central parts of the city. That pointed out a few possible strategies for us to work with climate change adaptation. For example, beach nourishment here, and also we have what you could call a pathway, a stream in the central parts of the city that is really flood prone, so that we're also working on right now, increasing the capacity here. And for the FAIR project, we are concentrating here in this area where the receptors, as you can say, is pretty much really important infrastructure. We have a train tunnel and a commuting system. The railway station and the city center. And we are also working with some sort of adaptation to sea level rise here in this former harbor area, where we're now exploiting and making it into a fancy residential area.
And if you look into this, the city center, we have the railway running through in a tunnel. It's the railway from Copenhagen to Gothenburg and up to Norway. And for now, it's mostly high sea level with big waves coming in. That we have made a small levee for the tunneling portal. But if the sea level is rising, the whole tunnel can be flooded from up to the roof in the future. But we are handling this for the next maybe 10 years with this solution. We are also looking into the entrances at the central station to handle this for the moment. Then we have the new urban developments. They are adapted to a higher level, but I can say both of these are under construction, and there are different possibilities. This is a little more like Hafen City in Hamburg. We can raise the surface and handle it that way. In this location, we are more dependent on existing streets and so on. So it's much harder here than in this location. But if we look at the waves, it's an important source. This is more protected than this one. So I think for now the waves, and I think also in the future, the waves are very important. And what we're now doing a study for is the long-term solutions. Can we continue to handle the problems near the receptor, or is it the better way in the future to handle it with a large-scale kind of levee and gates and so on at these outer piers? And we also look at, if we don't doing anything, can we handle the risk here 10 years ahead, 20 years ahead, 30 years ahead? and then we get more information about what is the right way to do this in the future, in the long future. But we're also looking at how can we handle this near the buildings and near the urban areas. This is a job we have done this year to see in this natural heritage, is it possible to make a levee that's 1 meter high and meet a higher sea level. We don't know if this is the right way to do it. The study will show what's the right strategy, but we also look at different possibilities. And it's very interesting to look at the receptors. Can we change them in the future? We have some existing conditions. The railway will be expanded in approximately 10 years, and we think that the North Tunneling Portal will be replaced with a longer tunnel, and in that case we don't have that risk anymore. We have other risks maybe, but and also maybe we will do some major changes to the central station, and in that case we can lift the floor in the building. It's a complex action, but in collaboration with different things, it might be the right solution. And to handle the large scale, it affects the ferry traffic to Denmark, but we're also looking together with Denmark and Sweden to make a fixed link in the future, and a tunnel for the road and the railway.
Yeah, between Helsingborg and Helsingborg.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is where we are right now. For some known and unknown reasons, we had a really long procurement phase, and actually this Friday we just signed a deal with a consultant agency that's going to help us with this study, and we're having a startup meeting on Friday. So unfortunately we have nothing to show you of the progress of the study, but we're going to start with the risk analysis and then a technical study, and hopefully we have a final report mid-spring 2019. So hopefully next meeting or the meeting after that we have something to show you. Our aim is to point out one strategy to work with, one for maybe short-term investment planning, and then a strategy for more long-term actions for master planning of the city, following this SPR framework. Do you have anything you want to add?
No.
Yeah, but as you said, the risk evaluation is quite crucial, because we are not we haven't had any flooding of the tunnel so far, but we know it could happen. But as it's a matter of, we don't have that much money. You know, in Sweden, the relationship between the government and the municipality and who does what and the responsibilities is quite unclear for everyone. And even us, I mean, we have no structure for this. It's like whereas you are here, we feel like we're here in the really beginning. So we have to look at risk in many different aspects. Because there might be a national change in responsibility as well. Maybe there will be more like a movement towards a more national responsibility for these kind of structures. We don't know yet.
Actually, the railway is the responsibility of the state, but they are passive.
And what could be interesting, between now and late spring 2019, there are actually 2 meetings. one in January and one in March. So maybe it's nice to presentate where you are, and we can review as a group on what you're doing. It's an invitation, so please don't feel you have to, but please use the knowledge in this group for the steps you're going to take the coming month.
We will.
Okay, great.
And just a question, I think you've got a really interesting project, because you're very close to the spatial planning aspect. Quite often, flood defence is an add-on or a slightly separate process to the spatial planning, and we talk a lot about how to integrate that into spatial planning. So I think here, the real strength, in my mind, of this case is that close linkage between the risk management and the adaptation of the spatial planning aspects. So all of those quite subtle changes that you've been talking about to the landscape or to buildings, and how that can deliver your flood management outcomes, but in that much more subtle way, which I think is a really interesting thing.
I like your positive thinking, because because actually, like, in the municipalities in Sweden, we have the responsibility. We have like I don't know if you call it a planning monopoly. So we are in charge of all the master planning, the detailed planning. We have to finance everything that we do, but we can also combine everything, which makes it into a sort of opportunity. Apart from that, there is not that much money.
And what about the railway company or the state-owned railway? They should be responsible for their own planning. Yeah? That's something that you cannot influence, I think.
Well, we have a contact with the national, what do you call it, Trafikverket in Sweden. And they work on a national level with risks from sea level rise, but they don't have the organization for now, and we have a responsibility in the city, so we take the lead in this, and we try to get them on the boat. That's one challenge we have. We have other organizations also that we need to involve, but they are more local, and like the harbor, and we have a company that are dealing with the sewage treatment plant and so on. So
I mean, the railway is a national interest, but the tunnel is owned by us, right?
Yeah.
well,
So,
it's a little complicated.
Do you know about the new floods directive period? Are you part of that in Helsingborg?
Yeah, we are. So we are getting some help with risk analysis from MSB. What is it? Like national risk.
Yeah, so you're gonna cooperate with these risk and spatial planning, I guess.
They are doing some mapping for us and some risk analysis, and then they're gonna propose, I don't know, measures that we have to undertake until 2030 something.
Okay.
But it's
That's
just
implemented.
The probability and for different levels, it's input in this study from the larger studies in Sweden.